Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Today I'm going to be talking to you today about settling your old tax debt. As a former IRS agent, I was a revenue officer and I was in charge of doing all sorts of mean things. I was in the enforcement end. Anyway, I'm doing tax defense now. I have a whole team of former IRS agents and attorneys and CPAs on staff. Please go to my website at 777irs.com, and if you call our office for a free consultation, you'll speak directly to me. You know, a lot of people want to go ahead and settle their tax debt. And I'll tell you why, is because of all the advertising that's out there. Everyone's seeing this ad on Instagram, this ad on Facebook, this ad here. It's coming by mail, it's coming by postcard. If you owe IRS debt and a federal tax lien has been filed, boom, you have been inundated by people who want to go ahead and settle your tax debt. I can't tell you. Many of my clients show me the letters, bring me in the letters. I had one client of mine who had 27 different letters or phone calls about trying to settle their IRS tax debt. Now, I should tell you, as a former revenue officer, I actually used to settle those debt. Yes, there's few people that you're going to see on YouTube that actually settled that. First of all, you had to be a revenue officer, you had to be chosen, and then, yeah, you had to go ahead and either accept them. Deny mine, I actually was a teaching instructor. Peter Salinger of my office has worked over 3,500 offers and compromises. Office manager, we are experts in settling old IRS debts. But there's a kick, there's a caveat here, and you have to know what it is. Not everyone is eligible not everyone is eligible for this. They're just not. And you see all these ads, and people are willing to pay a lot of money to people to go ahead and settle their debt. And the sad thing is they're not eligible. And if you keep this in mind, only 19% of all offers and compromise are accepted. Well, what's that telling you? Well, there's a lot of bad faith companies out there actually taking your money and telling you your debt is going to be settled by the Internal Revenue Service, and it's not true. So let me give you a couple tips. Who you're going to hire. You have to, whoever you hire, whether it's us or whatever, you have to speak to an attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled agent. I say this over and over and over. And if you're not speaking to one of those, you're not going to hear the truth, because you're speaking to a salesperson who knows nothing about the offer and compromise. That they're reading from scripts. They sound like they do, they're not. The other two things, I want you to be mindful of this. All your tax returns have got to be filed, and you've got to be up to date on your current estimate tax payments or withholding. That's number two. Number three, IRS is going to focus on your assets and your income and expenses, what those are. If you have the money to pay the tax and it's tied up in equity, or it's tied up in a 401k or a pension, and you can pay the tax, you just can't liquidate it, IRS isn't going to accept the offer. If you have the total liquidity to pay the debt, don't waste your time. A lot of offers, people call me, I have to tell them no and say, no, I'm sorry. These people will call another company, and another company will tell them yes. The last thing you got to be aware is there's a national standards program. The national standards program means that IRS is only going to allow you so much in expenses, and they're not usually going to give you the expenses that you're spending. If you're not aware of the national standards program, do not file an offer and compromise. Don't let anybody do it until you understand what it is. Anyway, if you need help, you can call and speak to me directly. I am the only person who answers our calls, because I want to make sure people are hearing the truth. Give me a subscription if you would. Like I said, I accepted offers. I am a national expert in IRS matters. Thank you for the subscription. Leave me a question. I'll try to get to it if I can. Thank you.